Oh, that's better. Hey Mario! I just came to wish you a happy Mario Day. You look busy. Better let you get back to saving the princess. It's much quieter around here. Oh, Mario's sleeping. Now, welcome to No Sag is Never Bored. If this is your first time here, I'm No Sag, and I don't know how to be bored. I'm always doing something different and basically never bored. So if you're looking for ways to beat boredom, I'm your guy. Now, in honor of March 10th, affectionately known as Mario Day, I thought we could explore some facts about everyone's favorite plumber. From his humble beginnings as a pixelated hero/villain named Jumpman, to his status as a global icon. Today we celebrate Mario. Did you know Nintendo began as a playing card company in 1889? That's right, I said 1889. They distributed their first console in 1977, the Color TV game. In 1981, they released the arcade game Donkey Kong, designed by Shigeru Miyamoto, and featured the first iteration of the character that would become Mario. The carpenter, then known as Mr. Jumpman, would later be renamed Mario and become a plumber in the 1983 arcade game Mario Bros. In 1983, Nintendo also released the Famicom or Family Computer. 1985 saw both the release of the Super Mario Bros. Game as well as the North American release of Nintendo's console renamed the NES or Nintendo Entertainment System in Western markets. Christmas morning, 1989. I remember my grandparents coming over and opening their gift, and it was an NES console. Me and my brother's heart sank. Why would my grandparents get an NES? They didn't play video games. Neither did we, but we really wanted to. Which is why we had been begging for a Nintendo. So it just didn't make sense to us that my grandparents got one. A little while later we clued in and the jig was up. It wasn't theirs, even though they had convinced us that it was for their motorhome. But needless to say, once we realized it was actually for us, my brother and I spent the rest of that day and countless other days helping Mario save the princess from Bowser. I can still remember my mom rocking my baby sister's chair with her foot while her and my dad were playing Mario. And she'd always move her hands up and down like this if she came to a really intense platforming section where she was trying to get Mario to jump that gap. I can't even count the amount of memories that we have just based around the Mario games alone. Take the first level of Super Mario Bros. For example. It's nothing short of iconic. The music, every creature, every power-up, every jump. I'm sure there are many people that can beat that level blindfolded at this point. Now, if you love Mario, drop an emoji that represents your favorite power-up down below. You know, the mushroom, the leaf, the star, whatever emoji you can find. Let me know down below. That game was just the beginning. There were many sequels. Super Mario 2, which is different from every other Super Mario game in the West, was actually a reskin version of the game Doki Doki Panic, because the Japanese makers of the actual Mario 2 game thought it would be too hard for Western audiences, so they gave us this game which they thought would be simpler. It's different, it's weird, but it's fun. And then Super Mario Bros. 3 was the next step in Mario's evolution with the introduction of an overworld and new powers. I think that was my favorite one on the NES. When the Super Nintendo came out, that leap from 8-bit to 16 changed the world for my brother and I. When we played Super Mario World, the graphics were mind-blowing at the time. Even better power-ups than Mario 3, so many secrets waiting to be unlocked. When I got a Game Boy, red just like Mario, that changed my world too. I could take Mario anywhere I want. I could play Mario everywhere. Later there would be Game Boy Color, Game Boy Advance, Nintendo DS, the 3DS, all of them loaded with Mario games, remasters, spin-offs, you name it. But I'm ahead of myself. The Nintendo 64 would see an even bigger leap in graphics as Mario took the leap to the 3D space. From there it's a blur. The GameCube had Mario Sunshine, the Wii got Mario Galaxy 1 and 2, Wii U had New Super Mario Bros. I'm sure I'm missing other titles in there as well. Which brings us to my favorite of the modern consoles, the Nintendo Switch. I even got the Mario Edition Switch, because I'm obsessed. But it has the stellar Mario Odyssey, as well as Super Mario 3D World plus Bowser's Fury. There's a few other ones, a bunch of spin-offs. There's even the new Super Mario Bros. Wonder, which I have yet to play, but I hear it's fantastic. Not to mention, almost all the classic Mario mainline games are available. And it sounds like potentially next year we're in line for the next Nintendo console, which likely means yet another new Mario game, which is awesome. The Mario games have had so many iconic soundtracks. Almost anyone, gamer or non-gamer, could hear the NES Mario theme and know it's Mario. It's not just the music that's iconic. Who can see Mario and resist saying, "It's a me, Mario"? Even when my kid was little, I'm talking like 4 years old, she would walk around doing her own Mario impression.
You're so silly.
Mario doesn't just star in his own games. There are so many spin-off games. From the sports games like Mario Tennis, Mario Strikers, all the way to Mario and Sonic at the Olympic Games. Who would have thought that former rivals Mario and Sonic, the faces of the 16-bit era console war, would now star in games together? There's some other great examples of Mario-led crossover games, such as the ever-popular Smash Brothers, with the most recent one, Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, being an absolute love letter to video games, let's face it, featuring up to 89 playable fighters from a wide range of video games. It's a pretty epic one if you're into the Smash Brothers games. For me though, my favorite Mario spin-off is probably Mario Kart, which also features a bunch of different Nintendo characters, but it's just the gameplay, It's a blast. You can play it online, friends over. It's just a great time. Lots of laughs, always. It's not just Mario that's universally loved. There are so many other Mushroom Kingdom favorites that got their own games. Captain Toad's Treasure Tracker. I don't have a Wario, but there's the WarioWare games. Luigi even got his own series, the Luigi's Mansion games, which kind of is like an expanded full game version of my favorite levels from the Super Mario World games, which is the Ghost Houses. Even Princess Peach is getting her own game, which comes out in a couple months. Princess Peach Showtime. That actually looks kind of fun too, I'm not gonna lie. Now Mario hasn't just been regulated to video games. There have been TV shows, movies, comic books, and there's even a theme park.
Hey, who's been fooling with my wands? Good, truthful, honest, giant Ninja Mario. That's who.
I loved the Mario cartoons growing up. I used to watch them all the time.
Yo, it's the Mario Brothers, and plumbing's the game. Found the secret water while working on the drain. Lend the princess a hand in the mushroom land.
Well, in that case...
Do the Mario! Swing your arms from side to side. Come on, it's time to go. Do the Mario. Take.
1989 had The Wizard starring Fred Savage, which is basically an advertisement / trailer for the Power Glove.
Power Glove.
And more importantly, Super Mario Bros. 3. That's where a lot of kids heard of it for the first time because, well, back then we didn't really have the internet yet. There was the 1993 movie, Super Mario Brothers.
Who's this Koopa clown? We gotta talk to that goofball now.
That Koopa clown?
Starring Bob Hoskins and John Leguizamo as the titular characters. This movie is somewhat of a departure from what was expected of the characters and left audiences divided to this day. More recently, we were gifted the gem that is the Super Mario Brothers movie, starring Chris Pratt and Charlie Day as Mario and Luigi respectively, and also featured Jack Black as Bowser.
Look at us! We're adorable!
Sounds like a sequel is also in the works, so definitely looking forward to that.
Yes! Come on, Mario! Our big adventure begins now!
As I mentioned, there's even now a Super Nintendo World area inside of Universal Studios in Japan and Hollywood, with Singapore and Florida locations on the way, which really looks like any Mario fan's ideal vacation destination. I think it's safe to say Mario is pretty universally loved. He's been spoofed in shows like The Simpsons, and Family Guy.
Oh my god, Super Mario! What are you doing here?
I jump on a turtle, Stewie. It's not an exciting life, but is my life.
American Dad, and I'm sure tons and tons of others. There's a good chance if you go anywhere with a crowd of people, someone will be wearing something with Mario on it. Which brings us to the fact that Mario is so beloved by fans that they began observing March 10th as Mario Day over the years, and it became so popular that in 2016 Nintendo got smart and finally acknowledged it themselves and capitalized on their fans' adoration for Mario, and now every year they too celebrate Mario in the best and most capitalistic way possible by offering us fans discounts on Mario titles so they can rake in a little more of that sweet, sweet Mario money, and we can get a rare sale price on one of the many great Mario titles available. So I say celebrate the heck out of Mario Day. Grab your Nintendo console of choice and play a Mario game today. Or if you're not a gamer, you can't go wrong with the Super Mario Brothers movie. It's a darn good time. And there you have it. Mario's legacy in pop culture is undeniable. From his humble beginnings to his status as a global icon. Thanks for joining me on this brief celebration of Mario's enduring legacy. I only scratched the surface. I could have gone on for hours and hours poring over Mario's long legacy that will endure for years to come. Now don't forget to hit that like button if you enjoyed this video, and subscribe for more in my quest to never be bored. I'd love to know what your favorite Mario game or power-up is. Let me know in the comments down below. And remember, until next time, boredom is a choice. Choose not to be bored. 'Cause it's a me. No, Saj. Take two. Take three. Take two. Somewhere around... Take three. And they were opening. We were all... Take four. And take 3 or 4, whatever we're at. Take 2. Take whatever, million. When the Super Nintendo came out, take 4. When the Super Nintendo came out, there's Captain Toad's Treasure Tractor. It's not just Mario that's universally loved. Swing your arms from side to side. Come on, let's do the Mario. More recently, we were gifted the gem that is the Super Mario Brothers movie, starring Chris Pratt, so they can rake in a little more of that sweet, sweet Mario money.